Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to ConnectOMA, where we connect people and businesses around the greater Omaha area. Today is day 2, talking with Heg Howie and STEAMaha and Aviation STEM Day. So thank you once again for having a chat with me. I just wanted to talk first about, I very much enjoy learning about people's passions and how they got into things and how businesses are formed. So if you would, just a little bit about you and how STEAMaha came about.
Well, thank you. I'll try to make it as brief as possible. I got interested in flying, actually started as I was in Boy Scouts and took Aviation Merit Badge.
Nice.
And from that point in time, I said, I need to learn how to fly. So I ended up working in high school as a line boy for my senior year in high school, and took flying lessons on the side and got my pilot's license the summer I graduated.
Excellent.
And anyway, financial comes into play.
Correct.
And unfortunately,
I've looked into it. Yeah, I've looked into it, and pilot's lessons are definitely expensive.
They are.
I mean, jet fuel is expensive, and yes, just the whole in general.
So anyway, I shelved that, and then actually my degree is in corporate finance and accounting, and graduated from the University of Missouri, and ended up being in that capacity for about 15 years in corporate finance. And then I ended up always having a desire to build my own home, which I did. And one of my calling officers saw my pictures of my house under construction, and he said, oh, I'd like to do that. And he said, I travel way too much, so I couldn't possibly do it. Well, before he left my office, I had sold him a house. So,
nice.
Yeah. And then a neighbor who heard that I was building this fellow a house, he says, well, I'll bet you do room additions too. I said, well, sure. So anyway, I had a house and a room addition going, and my wife finally said, you got to make a choice. So 35 years later, I completed my career in both commercial and residential construction. Looking at aviation, the quadcopters were real attractive, and it looked like there was a real possibility for a new business, and I formed Midwest UAS services, and we fly quads. That's how I got into aviation, began getting my commercial 107 certificate. And then I also was involved in Tigers of the Corn Alumni Association for the University of Missouri. And we've had some real difficulties in getting members and always having to ding members for money. So the concept came to mind that, hey, maybe we do something really unusual that's self-sustaining. Well, okay. I ended up having somebody that was about as a type A personality like myself. And he said, well, let's really do something a little different. So we ended up looping in some affiliates, and we ended up having a big STEM Day air show at the Millard Airport. I think we had about 10 or 11 affiliates, and we had so much good press from that we ended up going on from 2018 to now, and we have over 50.
Excellent.
And just this last summer, we ended up getting a storefront here. So that's what we did, is we got a bay in Oakview Mall. So that's how we got to here.
You got started. Yeah. That's wonderful. So if you guys didn't hear that, the Oakview Mall, the second floor right next to the food court, that's where STEAMaha and Aviation Omaha Day is located. Now, last week we talked about the February 1st event, but there's another event. It's the semi-annual STEAMaha Day festival, I guess, or just day
Yeah.
on February 19th. So tell us a little bit about the presentations and what's going to happen that day.
On the 19th of February, we are having our first semi-annual Aviation STEM Day. And we have speakers coming in. We have 4 speakers lined up to talk about their particular phases of aviation. We have hobbyists, the Rocket Club of Nebraska. It's going to conduct a seminar for an hour. Then we have HDR. It's going to talk about engineering because Engineering Week starts the 19th of February. So we'll help them kick off their big week. And then we have as other speakers, we have Iowa Western Community College talking about their avionics program. We also have UNO's School of Aviation that will be speaking. And then we have the Girl Scouts. They'll be working with kids to fold paper airplanes and fly them here. And then we also have hot glue and styrofoam build, which takes about 3 hours. So these are chuck gliders that they can learn some just basics about aviation.
Excellent. And just like we talked about last time, it's free, of course. Donations are always welcome, but for those especially the pocketbooks are tight, you don't really have to worry about forking over cash. But of course, if you do have some money to pitch in help, it is always welcome. So that is day number 2 with STEAMaha and Heg Howie.
If you're interested in attending an Aviation STEM Day or STEAMaha event, click that
like button.
And check out the information in the description below.
Yes, I will include everything as far as links to STEAMaha and any of upcoming events. And of course, if you've enjoyed all these talks that I've had, please click that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. That way you'll know the next time I put out a new video. All right, everyone, take care. And once again, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kristen.